Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? We are going to be talking about why you should be playing realistics. Now, if you don't know what realistics are, they're just a way to practice mid-game fights, early game, a spaz attack, whatever you want to do. And they are realistic if you treat them in a realistic manner. And what that means that if you treat every fight like it is an arena game, and that you are in like a solo tournament, scrim, whatever, and you treat it like this is real. If you die, you lose. And that's it. And you have to start back over again. So you have to make sure you go into the mindset of treating each realistic match as arena. So don't, if you're not going to be cranking for height and playing for like a PG or like a Zone Wars or something, then don't play like that. Okay. And the greatest thing with realistics is that you have 10 rounds to identify your opponent's playstyle, and eventually that will start quicker. So let's say you're up against somebody who is aggressive, and the first round he shits on you. In the second round, you say, okay, I need to either A, play more aggressive than him, or play defensively and see if I can chip shot him down and then win. So you get like exposed to tons of different play styles from people that are better than you, people that are worse than you, or people that are the same skill as you. And even though like some people might be worse than you mechanically, but they still kill you. And then you can start analyzing those fights if you end up recording them, like that mini series I'm gonna start where when I get into a really sweaty realistic fight against another good player, I'm gonna VOD review it and kind of share it with you guys. So you should 100% be practicing with realistics. You should be doing it after you finish your mechanical practicing in creative, so your aiming, your building, your editing, and then you should go realistics right before you go into arena. And honestly, I think realistics are the best way to practice in creative, 100%. But the thing is that people who disagree often treat it, oh, it's like just like a PG, and it is just like a PG if you treat it like a PG. So each round you have to treat it like each one of those rounds is a different arena game. So okay, you lost the last one. Let's go into the next one. I gotta win this. So play sweaty, play smart, play the angles, play defensively, whatever you have to do. Heal up. The point is that you want to end this fight as quick as possible with as little heals used. If you use all your heals and you finish the fight on 1 HP, that's basically a loss, because in an arena game you get third partied and die, or something like that will happen. Personally, what I like to do is I play until I lose or tie. So I play realistics on stream often until I lose or I tie, because I'll take a tie as a loss as well. And the goal of that is there's two ways to practice with that. You can either A, practice the playstyle you're comfortable with, and I only do that when I'm up against somebody who I believe is of equal skill. So that guy I faced in my last video, he was a very good player. So when I faced off against him, I realized within the first round that I'm gonna have to not play almost to practice my weaker playstyle, but to reinforce the playstyle that I'm used to, which is defensive, sitting in the box, going for peaks, and then pushing up when I have the advantage and stuff like that. But if I'm up against somebody who I deem from the first round, is a little bit below me, or he makes like predictable edits, peaks, and stuff like that, then I try to practice my wkeying, and in the fight quick and being aggressive and everything like that. So the game plan, one more time, just to wrap it all up for realistics, should be do your mechanical practicing, whatever map it is, aiming, editing, building, all that stuff. Play realistics. You can play until you lose. Play if you win a lot, or at the very least you want to play one to three different people at the very least, because playing against one person for 10 rounds is like decently good, but you want to be exposed to the constantly different play styles. You might be up against somebody like me who plays defensively, then you're up against somebody who plays aggressively in the next round, and that's more like arena. Treat them like mid-game fights, and you should be good to go. Now, how do you correlate that and bring that over into arena? Well, when you're in your arena fights, you have to think, then put yourself in the mindset of realistics. You have to think, okay, let's treat this like a realistic. Like this person I'm up against is round 1 or round 5 of somebody in realistics. So play it more like you would in realistic, so they would connect, and then how you play in realistics would be how you play in arena. So they would be the same thing. So you don't have a different playstyle just because one of them you have 10 rounds against the same guy, and the other one you only have 1 round. That should be the goal, is to be able to put yourself in that mindset and not be like forcing yourself to play differently because of, you know, the characteristics of, you know, if you die, you will have to drop down on the bus, farm back up, mat up, do all that. So hopefully you guys now understand why you 100% should be practicing realistics as much as possible. They're way better than box fights because they include box fights. They're way better than zone wars, in my opinion, especially 1v1 zone wars. And it's just the best way to practice fighting in terms of creative and not arena. So if you guys disagree, comment below and we can have a discussion about it. And if you agree, then awesome. Hopefully this helps you. You know, like, comment if you want, or don't. It's all right. Cheers.